Hello, and welcome to the Live Past Crazy Show. Your host is Mitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with her? Mitra appreciates you taking the time out to listen to the podcast, and it is her sincere hope that what we share is something that you can use to help you and someone you know live past crazy.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. Good morning, Miss Margaret. Good morning. Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited. Good morning. You like my earrings? It says, I love me. If there was any doubt, I love me. I love me. Honey, I do. Good morning, y'all. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. I know you on the road again. Please be careful. I hope that you guys are ready to have an amazing day. I'm sharing the show right now. The retreat is on Friday. So I don't know how you count. I count days differently. So I count the day, not the day of the retreat, the days in between. Thank you. So I am beyond excited. You hear me? I am excited. Excited. I am excited. All right. So, yeah, yesterday was a long day. I triple booked myself in the same time span. Like everything overlapped. Like I didn't have time to finish one before the other one started. And then I might have missed an event because I didn't ask time zones, which is essential. And I missed an event for the UK because it said 5:30. I meant US time. It was UK time, which would have been 12:30 my time. But I had something booked from 12 to 9. It was full yesterday. And so, let me tell you, I got it together. Thank you. So, y'all, let's get started on this morning. Again, we have on Team Abundance shirts. If you would like one, you can still order these. We will be excellent. We will be proficient. And we will not quit. So grab you a t-shirt. So, yesterday, y'all, let me tell y'all a funny story. Oh yeah, bless your heart. Be careful. Yesterday, I literally finished one call and I was in a t-shirt. And the next call was live as a panelist. Y'all should have seen me running through the house, ripping that shirt off, jerking one off the hanger, putting it on, and it still had the tags on it. Tucked the tag in the back of my shirt. Grabbed lipstick coming through the bathroom. And then when I sat down, y'all know I've been wanting an office chair. And when I sat down, and I had to hurry up and do the lights and everything, and they were waiting on me. They was like, because I got an email, are you coming? Like, we can't start without you. And so when I sat down, I was like, okay, here I am. But my chair kept sinking. And I kept trying to pump my chair up, and it still kept sinking. And they were looking, I was like, I'm fine. Please carry on. So during the whole thing as a panelist, you see me sinking. So it was interesting, but I had a good time. That's all. That's all that matters. So I need a new office chair instantaneously, urgentaneously. That's what I need. So yeah, it was a lot going on. So good morning, y'all. Let's get ready for the Fearless Morning Show. Yesterday, we had a good show yesterday. We talked about aggression, being aggressive yesterday, which was a good thing. We talked about being aggressive yesterday, taking aggression and being the aggressor. That's what it's going to take to win. Let's talk, y'all. Side note, I really try to do ponytails, but they hurt my head so bad. For those that don't know, I used to be bald-headed. And so when my hair grew back, my scalp is extremely sensitive. That's why you see me in twist a lot, so I don't have to touch my hair. And ponytails give me a headache. All right, so we'll see how long this ponytail can hang out for. Let's go right into the quote of the day. Now, remember yesterday we talked about being aggressive, the aggressor taking aggression. Right, listen. Please, honey, I need that chair. So we talked about being aggressive yesterday. Let's talk about, and I think all of this is go hand in hand. And sometimes I find different ways to say something I've said before in hopes that you can receive it this time, because perhaps the last time you did not receive it. And so maybe this time it's more relatable. So the quote of the day: you have to become comfortable with how uncomfortable it can feel to receive more than your previous share of abundance. Good morning, Tiffany. Maybe. That's a good idea, Margaret. So the quote of the day, and I chose this quote because I wanted to go with our thought of the day. We have to become comfortable with how uncomfortable it can feel to receive more than your previous share of abundance. I need us to be okay with receiving more than what we previously had. I need us to be okay with receiving more than what mom and them had, dad and them had. I need us to be okay with receiving more. And it can feel uncomfortable in the beginning, but I need you to get comfortable with how uncomfortable it can feel with receiving more than your previous share of abundance. And that is by my friend, my Fiesta. I call her my Fiesta. Her name is Carolina Perez. And if you've been with me for a while, you've heard me talk about her a lot. So you already know who she is. So that is our quote of the day. The thought of the day is comfortable and reliable. Tiffany, I got my book. Comfortable and reliable is the thought of the day. So let's talk about comfortable and reliability and relatability. I said reliability. I meant relatability. Relatable. Comfortable and relatable. How I want to say this. And if y'all see me look, because sometimes I can type it better than I can say it. The hardest battle in your life is the one between the parts of you that need to move forward, that you need to let go of, and the parts of you that are comfortable and content with where you are with your brokenness and you not challenging anything. The hardest battle in your life is the one between the parts of you that want to be on Team Abundance. I want to do all the things. I really like what you're saying. I think I can do it. And the part of you that says, but you've been on Team Lack for so long, you need to honor all of your brokenness and all of the things that don't work for you. And besides, you are comfortable here and you relate to people here. If you go over there, you can't relate to people anymore because they're speaking a language that you don't quite yet understand. So why don't you stay over here with Team Lack? Let's relate this to friends. In high school, remember you wasn't going to make no new friends because you didn't want to go and talk to them because they didn't know you. You didn't know what you was going to talk about. Hell, even as an adult, I don't want to make new friends because, it puts me outside of my comfort zone to go introduce myself and make new friends and meet new people. But is me being comfortable and relatable to my environment keeping me stuck? Is that part of the reason why I'm having anger issues? Could it be part of the reason why I don't understand why things are not moving? Could it be the reason why we are not where we need to be? Yes, Margaret. And so if I'm comfortable in that situation, so what am I willing to do about that? At what point do you say, I'm absolutely worth this, and it's going to require me to do this? This is why the concept of change is so hard. And this is why idea of doing so much is challenging. And that's why you can say, oh, you doing too much. Yes, sir. Let me tell you, Lucky, I got something for you. Go get this book right here. One Day My Soul Opened Up. This is an old book by Yana Van Sant. But she has a whole section on here on trust. When I tell you it will change your life. So this is the book. One Day My Soul Just Opened Up. It is old, but it is good. And it don't matter if it's old. Why am I saying that? It's a good book. Go read that. It will help you with that trust. And Margaret, I'm like you. I can go to the women's bathroom and come out with best friends just like that. I don't know how that works, but it works. But me, I want us to understand that if you being comfortable and relatable, is it keeping you where you need to be, or is it allowing you to grow and expand? The hardest battle in you that you're ever going to fight is between those parts that need to be, that you need to address, that need to be healed, that you need to release, that you need to let go of. And the part of you that says, but you've been living with this for so, because here's the fine line. But we've been living with it for so long. Why do I want to rock the boat now? I'm 50, 70, 80. Why I want to address that now? Some things, yep, you got to release. But is you broke because of that? Right. Exactly. And here's my thing. So if this is the battle and I'm being comfortable and I can relate to all of my illnesses, all of my not my downfalls, all of my hindrances, why don't I want to change in? Why has that become a comfortable space? And I think it is hard to switch over is because it challenges our self-concept of ourselves, right? And then you realize the work that it's going to take to get here, and because you're comfortable where you are, because you don't like this crazy, but you know this crazy. You don't foresee any problems coming on extra with this crazy. So because you understand that y'all gonna fuss and fight once a month, because you understand you probably gonna cuss, y'all gonna have this big argument once a month, or because you know that you by Friday on your payday, by Monday or Tuesday, you're going to be broken, and you're used to that pattern of having money and being broke the same in the next day. And it's comfortable because you know what to expect. It is hard to break out of being comfortable and relatable to your atmosphere to accept something else. The hardest battle in your life is the one between the parts of you that need to be healed and you moving forward, and the parts of you that are comfortable and content with where you are. Some of us, we are content with all the things that are broken. We are content with all the hell in the handbasket that is going on in our life. We are content with that, as long as it doesn't challenge our self-concept of ourselves. And so the self-concept of you, and y'all, this is something I learned last year. Like, this is, y'all, I keep forgetting this month makes year 3 of the Fearless Morning Show. Yay. So if you've been with me for a while, when I finally got that stop challenging the self-concept of yourself. Like sometimes I learn things, but I find people who put it in different words than I can. And I read that. And when we challenge the self-concept of ourselves, it means you look at yourself and you think, wow, JoJo, that was crazy. Why did you do that? Well, JoJo, if you address this, then these things are going to happen. But if I allow these things to happen, then what I've put up before the world, people are going to know it's not true. And because I don't want anybody, and especially myself, to challenge my self-concept of myself. I mean, I don't want you to question the facade that I put up. I worked hard to build up this fake me. I don't need you questioning it. I don't need nobody coming to look at it. And so because we're not willing to deal with the inner parts of ourselves, this is where we become comfortable in our crazy. Y'all know my quote, we'd rather be deal with the comfort of crazy than the discipline of freedom. Because over here on Team Abundance, we're not holding on to those things that no longer serve us. Period. A to the man. Hey, thank you, Miss Margaret. So here on Team Abundance, we are about all the challengings of the things. Because I understand that the challenge of JoJo is for the space for me to grow, to receive well, and to receive more. Which brings us back to the quote, you have to get comfortable with how uncomfortable it can feel to receive more than your previous share of abundance. It is okay to receive more. It is okay to receive more. It is okay to receive more than that one blessing, that one abundance, that one thing. It is okay to can we look up can somebody please give us the definition of abundance? Can somebody, I'm an old school girl. I would grab a dictionary, but it's behind the boxes. So if we could get the definition of abundance and see what that means. And it is okay to receive more than that. And as you begin, this is what I'm finding for myself as I settle into my chair, right? As I begin to understand the concept of who I am, and I become comfortable with receiving more and receiving well, then I am in a more open space to look at the things that need to be healed so that I can move forward. I'm now in a better space to understand what challenged me and understand that if I can just let that go, that more can come. There we go. Plenty of the good things in life. Prosperity. That's the definition. So as you, and this will, let me tell you, and this is an ongoing journey, okay? So the hardest battle is between you being healed and you moving forward, and you being comfortable with your brokenness and not challenging, you dealing with the comfort of crazy rather than the discipline of freedom. That means I know the complaining part. I have that down pat. I know what that looks like. And I know what it looks like to have less than all the time. But do I understand what it looks like to have more than that? If I'm just disciplined for a minute, what would my outcome and my view look like? Related to working out, related to releasing weight. I have released 12 pounds so far in the past month and a half. Comfort of crazy, JoJo, eat whatever you want, do whatever you want, or the discipline of freedom. I know I got somewhere I've got to go, so let me be disciplined on this end of it so that I can shoulder and harness the things that I need to do. So either, yes ma'am, and that's exactly what I was about to say. Either I'm about to check JoJo and tell her to go sit down so that we can go on this journey to accomplish this thing, or I'm going to allow JoJo to keep talking and keep me in the comfort of my crazy. Because if I'm comfortable and I can relate to all of my lack, do I ever acknowledge my abundance? Do you ever acknowledge your abundance, or is it sitting there waiting for you to say, hey, here I am? Is it sitting there waiting for you to say, to acknowledge it? Is it sitting there waiting for you to take it, pick it up? So you got to be comfortable with how uncomfortable it can feel to receive more than your previous share. Man, right? How do you go from desire to discipline? For me, and I don't know if that question was for Margaret or for me, Lucky, is that, yes, ma'am. And if we don't do that, we will become comfortable and more relatable to not acknowledging our greatness. And maybe that's the struggle now. Maybe that's the hard part now. Let's talk about that. Maybe that's the hard part now, because everything around you says it ain't gonna be. It ain't gonna be. And so the hard part of this journey is you deciding, because when you make a decision, then the actions can come. You can't make an action happen if you haven't decided. That's why it seems like life is happening. When I understood that life was just not happening to me, that I was encouraging some things, that I was dealing with, I was getting comfortable in my crazy, and I wanted to be disciplined because I wanted a certain output. Good morning, my friend. How you doing? Y'all, please make sure you check out my friend, Mr. Mika. We grew up together. She is the official baker for the Sister Rise Retreat. Thank you so very much. Y'all, her pound cake will have, they had people in my house fighting over her pound cake. So please make sure it's new cakes. Please make sure you check her out. She has an amazing talent. And she could never ask me to help her bake anything because I would burn it all. Yes. And that's the point. That's the purpose of Team Abundance, right? That's the purpose of Team Abundance, is that you have people who are reminding you of your greatness every day. So if I am comfortable and relatable in my lack, and I never acknowledge my abundance and my greatness, well, now I'm mad because things are happening to me in life. But am I willingly participating in that crazy, or do I have the discipline of freedom? So the hardest battle is in between here, and it's the parts of you that need to be healed, and you need to let go and move on. And the part of you that says, but JoJo, you've been living like this for so long. Why are you questioning it now? Well, maybe the question has all, and that's why you got to understand the power of your question. Maybe you got to understand the power of your question. Maybe before you never questioned anything, but now you're at a point in your life, and please don't allow age, physical restriction, or illnesses to stop you from thinking that you can do that. We talked about that yesterday, with being the aggressive and aggressor, right? Oh, and on Monday, we got the, are we moving with the opposition of life? And me honoring all the things that's going wrong, and me never looking or trying to figure out how it could be right. Life just doesn't happen. Listen, sometimes life happens to you because you allowed life to happen to you. I saw things coming that I could have prevented, but because I assumed this is the crazy that was going to be my life, I don't question it. And I just accept it as my reality when that's not true. That's not true. So being comfortable and relatable to my current environment, is it keeping me where I don't want to be? And traditions. That's why the concept of change is hard. That's why it doesn't stick. The idea, that's why you can always say, oh, but they doing too much. You ever had a friend, they start a business, or if you started a business, your friends and family say, you doing too much? Judge, all of that is not required. Like, it's not. And no negativity to them, but that's how they understand life. If you're trying to change out Team Lack for Team Abundance, you have a different outlook that you're fixing to have. There are things that are getting ready to look differently for you, right? And it may look like you're doing too much. And it may look like it's hard work. But you are challenging concepts that no longer serve you. And if you're not willing to do that for yourself, so then the question becomes, are you not even worthy to think of the good things? That's scripture, honey. When I think about the goodness of the Lord, yeah, but you're not receiving none of them. You ain't even half thinking about it. And why is that? The hardest battle in your life is between the parts of you that need to be healed and moved on, and the parts of you that are comfortable and content with where you are with your brokenness and not challenging anything. You have a lot of questions about why things happen this way, but you're not willing to speak up and say anything about it. You're just accepting it because that's the way it was given to you. That was the way it was taught to you. But is that serving you? Are you really comfortable? Can you really relate to that environment, to that space? On Team Abundance, there's a different conversation. We are comfortable with winning. We are comfortable with saying, like yesterday, we talked, what's the day? Today's Wednesday, so Monday in boxing class, where I learned, the coach said you got to be the aggressor. You got to be aggressive. You can't stop advancing on your opponent. And you have got to win. If you're not comfortable being aggressive and being the aggressor towards your own life, then you will never question why you are comfortable and you can relate to this story of lack. You'll become comfortable with that. And it will become your whole life story. It will become generational life stories of we've always lived here because nobody told us that we could have more. You have got to be you got to have aggression, be aggressive towards the things that you say you want, the things you say you want to achieve, how you want to achieve them, and the way that you want to do it. And we've got to be comfortable with receiving more than our fair share of abundance. Y'all, you can have all the things of more, but we are busy honoring our lack because lack has become comfortable and relatable. I can relate to old baby mama drama, woe is me. I can relate to that. So that's the conversation you keep having. Oh, I can relate to don't nobody want to pay me on my job. I can relate to that. So that's the conversation I keep having. And we talked about that yesterday because this is the domestic violence month. When you get tired, you'll do something about it. And we talked about my transition from that. Is everything comfortable right now? And if it's comfortable and relatable and it is serving you well, that is amazing. But if it's comfortable and relatable and you are still trying to figure out how the pieces are going to work, like where you're going to move, how you're going to figure this out, then maybe you need to start asking some questions. Maybe you need to start challenging the self-concept of yourself. And what does that process look like? And why do you want to challenge what you know right now? And is it really doing too much? Is it really? Or are you stepping into the onus of you? Are you stepping into yourself? It's an amazing journey. It is an amazing, amazing journey. And I promise that as you begin to ask yourself questions, as you begin to think about things and why you accepted them and why you did not, then changes, and you start challenging that self-concept of yourself, then things will start to happen. This is the hardest part. I will always say you're fighting the old you with the new you. Your old thoughts and ways with the new ones that you want to implement. There's only two teams, Team Abundance and Team Lack. Both teams want to win the championship. Both teams have winners on that team. Both teams require that somebody win this game. At the end of the day, somebody's got to win. The question then becomes, who team are you fixing to win on? And every day you are put in a situation where you have to choose which team you're playing on. Every day, every thought process, everything that you want to accomplish, if it's to start a business, if it's to help people, if it's to go back to whatever that one decision is, you have a decision to make. Do you honor the lack or do you receive the more? Honor the lack or receive the more? The hardest battle in your life is the one between the parts of you that need to be healed and you moving forward, and the parts of you that are comfortable and content with where you are with your brokenness and you not challenging anything. Some of us are okay with hating people. We're okay with hating everybody who done everything to us. And let me tell you what I've learned from honoring that is that I'm continuing to honor the person who did it. I may hate the person who hurt me. I may just despise them. But I continue to honor them anyway because I hold on to that hurt. So they're still winning. And that's why it's important as survivors of domestic violence and victims, and I don't like to use the word survivors. I'm going to pick me another word. I've been saying that for a minute. I'm going to find me another word because I'm thriving and living. At some point, you have to transition from those titles that require me to acknowledge less than, and look at the title that requires me to accept more than. And at some point, if the person, place, thing, environment has hurt you or has put you in a space that you do not like, at what point do I let that go? At what point do I let that go and stop honoring that thing? And the hard part is, this is the hard part, is that you don't want to stop telling that story because you don't want them to forget that they hurt you, and you don't want to forget that they hurt you because you want to be always aware and mindful that if the next person, place, thing, job comes, to know that this is how it was, and you never receive more because your guard is up, blocking you, honoring the pain of the thing that you went through. So you may be physically removed from it, but mentally you replay it. And your mind doesn't know the difference between right now, last month, last week, last year. Every time you think that thought, your mind thinks it's current. It doesn't know it happened 16 years ago. It doesn't know that it was 20 years ago. It thinks it's current. And so your body and your mind relive that every single day. And so you are honoring that part of your brokenness. You may hate the person, place, or thing that did it, but you are honoring it still by allowing it to take up space because it's become comfortable and you can now relate to it and you can tell it. You can tell that story. That's why change is hard, because it challenges your self-concept of yourself. It requires that you tell a different story. So you can no longer tell the story, oh, woe is me, they hurt me, they did this and this and this. But you have to decide, is this the thing that you're going to honor? Or are you willing to honor something else? That is the hardest battle of your life, my friend. That's the hard part of healing and moving on. That is, there's nothing else. And if you are content with that part of you, there's absolutely no room to complain. Period. There's no room for that. So that goes back to the quote of the day. You got to be comfortable with how uncomfortable it can feel to receive more than your previous share of abundance. You can have more. You can. And you're the only person stopping you from the more. Only you. You are the only person stopping you from the more. Because the hardest battle in your life is the parts of you that, and that's the old you and the new you that says, JoJo, I'm sick of this. And the new you is saying, but girl, let's do something about it. Let's do all the things. But the old you says, I'm comfortable here. I can relate to all my friends here. Because all my friends say we broke. All my friends say this. All of my friends around me, all of my family says this. Everybody I know is having the same conversation. And I'm nervous to have a different conversation. That's okay. Yes, ma'am. At some point, you got to move past those. And if you're not willing to move past it, there's nothing anybody can do. You can't pray hard enough. Because the miracle you're seeking is yourself. The answer that you're asking God to come down from heaven and send fire and brimstone is you. And you are the answer for yourself that says, if you don't like this, then you need to do this. Good morning, Miss Starks. I'm just saying. So on this absolutely amazing day, think about that. Do you even think that you're worth it? The hardest battle is between the parts of you that need to be healed and the things you need to let go of, right? And you being content with where you are. And y'all know one of my favorite quotes. You are qualified to be exceptional. You're just nervous in front of your current community. So if you're comfortable and you can relate to your current community's conversation, but deep down inside of you, you don't like it. Like, I'm so sick of talking about being broke. And you may even say it out loud. And your friends may say, girl, me too. But ain't nobody doing nothing about it. But you ready to do something about it? Maybe you're ready to switch sides. And it's okay to be nervous, to want to have a different conversation in a different space. It's okay. It's okay to make new friends. There's a quote that says, it is easy to stand in a crowd, but it takes courage to stand up. And that is one of the quotes for my sister's keeper, is that I don't know to help my sister. If you're standing in a crowd and you're comfortable and agreeing and relatable to everything that doesn't serve you, I don't know how to help you. But the minute you stand up, because it takes courage to stand alone, and you ain't got to stand alone for long, it's just to stand up so that another sister can know, oh, she's ready. Oh, she's ready. Let me give you the next tools. But we can't ever give you the tools if you don't ever stand up. That's right. I love you, Margaret. You got to work it out. And if you're not willing to do that, then you are saying, I'm okay with being comfortable and relatable in this atmosphere. But is that atmosphere serving you? Are you tired of having that same conversation? And if you are, then maybe you need to talk about something else. But it's going to require you challenging your self-concept of who you are. And you're not doing too much. You're not. You're doing what's required of you to get to where you need to be. And as my earrings say, I love me. And at some point, you got to decide that you love you and do something about that. So on this absolutely amazing day, it's going to be a good day. Y'all, Sister Rise Retreat, it starts on Friday. I'm excited. Don't forget, you can still get your Miss Starks, are you still on here? Can you send me an official picture of you and your t-shirt so I can share it, if you don't mind? Miss Starks has a Team Abundance shirt, so that I can share that. Please, I would greatly appreciate it. If you would like one, go to BIT. Let me type it in here for you. BIT, y'all. I'm going to buy me, and I'm taking this keyboard back. If I don't do nothing else, I'm taking this little bitty keyboard back. Because who can type on that little bitty thing? If you would like a Sister Rise shirt, because you can't come this year, that's the link for that. Thank you, Miss Starks. So you can grab you a Sister Rise shirt. Y'all, so on this lovely day. This month makes 3 years that I've been doing the Fearless Morning Show. 3 years, right? So welcome to my journey. I'm not the same person that started this show. I'm not the same person I was 6-7 months ago. And when I understood that I had to make room inside of myself to grow. And I made space for that. Y'all getting all the things. I don't know yet. I'm trying to decide. Some parts of it, yes. Some parts of it, absolutely. Miss Starks, please make sure I have your email. Miss Starks is, y'all, for those that don't know, I do have, let's see if this works. I wrote an affirmations book, and it was really because of Miss Starks, who asked me, when you fixing to do that? So I wrote it. I went back and revised it. You can grab a copy there, Miss Starks. You're going to get an honorary copy because it is because of you I did that. I do have a book of quotes coming up, and it will be nothing but JoJo quotes, okay? So A to the men on that. So after the retreat, that's one of the things I will be working on. But if you like my affirmations book, it will be in email form. If you want a hard copy, I'm working on that part to it. Thank you, Tiffany. So, yeah, I think y'all were here with me when I said y'all about to get all the words from JoJo, all the things, because I finally figured it out. The words have been coming, boo, because we not playing. And it's okay to be aggressive, to be the aggressor, to want to win. It's okay. At some point, there's not a sport. Yeah, and I love this topic yesterday. Go back and listen to it. That was yesterday's topic. Any sport that you play, it requires that you be aggressive. Any sport that you play requires that you be aggressive in order to win. You cannot win and be passive. You can't win standing still, looking at it, thinking about it, and letting it pass you by. In order for you to win, you got to be aggressive. You got to be the aggressor. You can't stop advancing. You got to keep moving if you want to win at whatever. It is a thought process. It is a situation. It is an event. It is a relationship. Whatever it is, you have got to be aggressive about that thing in order to win. And you have to be comfortable with saying you want to win. Good morning. So the quote of the day, y'all, and I love this quote. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. I want us to become comfortable with how uncomfortable it can feel to receive more than your previous share of abundance. And that's by Carolina Perez. How do I feel when I first... Girl, what? That's why y'all, I'm writing this Team Abundance playbook. I want y'all to get ready for all the words because they're coming. I hit my stride this year. From February to now, I'm coasting with this sucker. Because in the beginning, y'all, and this is the concept of Team Abundance. So I want y'all to see, because, this is our vision, and we're working this backwards because we're all going to win this thing because there's room for everyone. So the person, if Team Abundance in basketball terms, if I'm looking like that's the team I want to play on, when you first join a team, you ain't got no experience, you redshirted. That means you just on the team, your name just on the roster. You ain't doing nothing, but you're showing up for practice every day. And you showing up for practice every day, you are learning some things. And eventually you got to stop practicing and you got to start playing. And that was me in the beginning. I had the thought process of the Fearless Morning Show. And then I had to put it into action. And then I was a rookie. And then as you show up every day, right? As you show up every day, you find your strength. You find what you're good at. And then you're able to stand in it and fully perform in that thing of your strength. And I think we all have that opportunity. You just got to figure out what it is. Which brings us to the thought of the day. Comfortable and relatable. Are you comfortable and can you relate so much so with your lack that you never look at your abundance and your more? The hardest thing in your life is the part of you that understands all your brokenness and the part of you that wants to be healed. We showing up every day. And every shot counts. You got to take the shot. You got to do it. So the Fearless Morning Show, we've been here 3 years. We are excited. I say we in third person. Me, myself, and I, we all excited to be here. And it has been a process where I have learned, grown. I have challenged my self-concept of myself. And as always, the whole point of the Fearless Morning Show It started with learn the 5 keys to live past crazy. If y'all never taken that class, let me know and I will do it again. We got the 5 keys to live past crazy, right? And you saw me walk through those things, and I'm a firm believer that I don't want my friends and my family or anybody to live in crazy. So now that I have figured this thing out, I need to share these tips with other people. And listen, I'm JoJo from North Carolina. That's who I am. I worked at McDonald's from 14 to 21. But I know some things about living outside of crazy. I'm not saying it's an end-all, be-all. I'm saying I'm giving you some things. Please take what you need. What you don't, leave it for somebody else. And what you take, share it with somebody else, because now that's your responsibility. Yes, we got 5 keys to live past crazy. We got 5 of them. That's a whole class. So for those that I have a class, the 5 keys to live past crazy. There is the Live Past Crazy blueprint, because you can say, JoJo, okay, I got the keys, but now, because I'm a type of person who says, you gave me all these words, but what do I do with it? So there's a Live Past Crazy blueprint class, master class, where we look at the crazy, and that you literally get a blueprint that you're going to fill out so that you can understand those steps and walk them out for yourself. It is personalized just for you. Right. That's right, Miss Starks. So if you guys are interested in those classes, let me know, and I will bring those back. And I do a few other trainings for corporate. There's empathy training and all of those good things. So on this wonderful, wonderful day, yeah, everybody, and that's the thing. Your crazy ain't got to be my crazy. You ain't got to define it like JoJo. Your crazy could be whatever drives you insane. Sometimes our religion drives us crazy. Sometimes your spouse and your family drive you crazy. Sometimes your job drives you crazy. However you define it is yours to have. And so with the Live Past Crazy blueprint, we walk through that. How do we define it? How do we then do something about it, and what those steps look like, and then what the end process is going to be. It is literal a blueprint. So on this lovely day, I want you to ask yourself if being comfortable and relatable serving you in your current space. And if we're all qualified to be exceptional, we're just nervous in front of our current community. That's because that community is comfortable with having a conversation that no longer serves us. When are you going to switch to a community that understands the words that are coming out of your mouth? Because eventually I got tired of saying, girl, I'm broke. Me too. Girl, I ain't got no gas money. Me too. Come on, A to the men. Come on, Miss Starks. That's the idea. Miss Starks loves me. She just be giving me good stuff. So on this lovely day, y'all, I want you to have an amazing Wednesday. I want you to be peaceful, period, because there's absolutely nothing after that. But ask yourself, are you comfortable with the conversation you're having? I'm sure you do. Oh, I know you do, Miss Stars. I know you got some stories to tell. So today, I really want y'all to think about the quote for today, okay? I want you to become comfortable with how uncomfortable it can feel to receive more than your previous share of abundance. And what that may look like is that you may not want to you may not want to tell people the things that you've been blessed with, because you don't want to make them feel some type of way because you've been blessed more than them. Sometimes you need to see the abundance first before you can begin the journey. Because some people don't think the abundance is there waiting for them until they see it in someone else. And I've learned that the hard way. There were a lot of things that I was winning and sharing and thinking about and receiving that I didn't share with friends and family because I didn't want them to think that, oh, JoJo thinks she's better than everybody else because she got this, this, and this, and this. Sometimes people need to see the abundance of someone else so that they know it's possible for themselves. Some people need to be introduced to life. At 70, they need to be introduced to life. At 80, at 40, at 25, they need to be introduced to life and the abundance thereof. Introduce yourself to life. Accept your abundance. Receive it well. Make room for it. Some of us, we get caught up in, when I get to, buy, I got a mansion, I got all of those things are available here as well. But we assume we have to wait on something that's coming after we leave this here place, when you can receive it here. I'm going to need you to go back and pay attention to the Bible and look at it and look at it from a perspective of a blueprint of living well here in addition to there. I promise it will change your life. So I want you to become comfortable with how uncomfortable it can feel to receive more than your previous share of abundance. It is okay to receive more. It's okay to have more blessings. It's okay to have more abundance. It's okay to live a good life. It is okay. And sometimes this comfortable and relatable can make us feel bad for having more. And that's okay to have more. You received that well. All of us it is your God-given right. It is your birthright to have more. You were put here to have more, but we fight that every day. It baffles my mind on my behalf. Even me. Even most of all me. Jojo, why do you receive this when, I got so much more? It's because we can't understand and comprehend the more that is coming. And y'all know my journal entry from April. Jojo, why are you comfortable in this darkness? Because I was afraid of the brightness of my light. And because I was afraid of the brightness of my light, I accepted the darkness and the less than. And boo, your light was made to shine. It was given to you for a reason. Whatever your light is. If your light is to impact the children in your neighborhood. If your light is to impact your current church community. If your light is to impact your nieces and your nephews. It doesn't matter. It's your light. Allow it to shine. Don't allow the vastness of you, meaning the big things that you could accomplish, scare you. They're there for a reason. They are there for a reason. The thought of the day is comfortable and relatable. The hardest battle in your life is the one between the parts of you that need to be healed and you moving forward, and the parts of you that are comfortable and content with where you are with your brokenness and you not challenging anything. That's why the concept of change is hard. That's why it never sticks. That's why you don't understand it. And that's why you always say people doing too much. Because you haven't come to the realization yet that you're worth it. 2, you're in a battle of your life. 3, you absolutely deserve to win. You're going to have to be aggressive with that win. So on this lovely day, I hope this has helped somebody. If it has, please let me know, so I know that I'm not talking to myself. And if you share the show, please let me know so I can properly tell you thank you for sharing the Fearless Morning Show, because I absolutely cannot do this without you. This is year 3 of the Fearless Morning Show, and I appreciate everybody coming here, hanging out with me in the mornings. I appreciate that. And as I learn and as I share, it is my sincere honor to be here. I love words. I have loved words since I was my first typewriter. I have loved books and words. And as I begin to understand that gift and what words mean to me, and as I begin to step into that, I will absolutely share that. And you guys are along with me on this journey. So you are qualified to be exceptional. It's okay. You're just nervous in front of your current community. It's okay to make new friends. It's okay. We won't bite. It's okay to be great. It's okay to be amazing. It is okay to receive more blessings. It is okay. And that is all. That is all for me, honey. It is okay to receive more blessings, because we are going to receive them well. So I hope you have an amazing day. If you want a Sister Rise shirt or a Team Abundance shirt, I posted the links down below so you can order those. The Sister Rise retreat is Friday. And if you're not able to come this year, that's fine. You can come next year. So I just ask that you send lights, loves, and positive vibes our way so that we can I know it's going to be an amazing journey. You absolutely miss stars. It is our birthright. And I don't know why we question that. I don't know why, but it all starts here. When you begin to change this and accept your birthright of things, then things start to change. So I hope you have an amazing day. I want you to be peaceful, period, because there's absolutely nothing after that. And I will see you guys. Am I going to see you in the morning before I hit the road? Yes, I may be on the road, but I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.
Thank you again for listening to the Live Past Crazy Show with Mitra Jojo. She is the only Live Past Crazy specialist, and she is glad you spent your time with her. If you would like to know more about why she knows crazy and about her journey, she invites you to check out her website, www.livepastcrazy.com, as well as follow her on social media. Mitra is her tag for IG, Twitter, and Facebook, JANMETRA. She also invites you to join her on the Fearless Morning Show, weekdays at 7:15 a.m. on Facebook Live. Again, you can find us on Facebook with the Fearless Morning Show page or by name. Remember, as a result of working with the only Live Past Crazy specialists, individuals are able to identify the crazy in their lives and develop a specific blueprint to begin to live past crazy. Do you know anybody who needs to live past crazy? Then send them over her way, because there is life after crazy. Be peaceful, period. And Mitra will see you guys on the next show.